We're live.
What, what was that? What was that? Is somebody tickling you? What was that? We went
No, I'm
live.
like just making faces. No one's here anyway for the first 5 seconds. I can do whatever the heck I want. That's hilarious, though.
Well, oh my
Um,
goodness. Nobody watches the first 20 seconds, and thank goodness, huh? Oh,
yeah.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm going to take a guess. Somebody's here. Yeah,
Oh no. Who is it?
well, first of all, it's you.
Homer.
That's nice.
Homer.
Thank
Kumusta
you,
ka,
Doctor.
Homer?
All right, folks. Well, welcome to the show. 36 seconds in. If you don't know me yet, hey, where you been? All right, my name's Mike Asherbranner, professionally known as the Redneck Connector and proud and humble leader of the Hounds of Business community. And again, with my lovely co-host, Dr. Constance Leland, Dr. CJ from Level Up Academy. Thank you so much. And today, woo, I couldn't be more excited today. We are going to, well, tell us why we're here. What, you made this introduction possible. You really started this whole momentum that really blew this momentum into where it's at today. Tell us a little bit about why, and we're going to jump right in.
Yeah, so this is about voices that flourish, power, purpose, and possibilities. Like, I am so excited. Welcome back to that HOB, Hounds of Belonging or Hounds of Business community, right? Another soul stirring, truth telling, legacy building episode today. I am so excited today because today's episode is what I call a triple threat of purpose, power, and possibility. Mike and I are joined by three extraordinary women who are walking boldly in their calling, each one rising in her own lane, yet united by one mission to uplift, to empower, and leave the world better than they found it, Mike. Right? We got Shonda Spates, we got Annika, and we got Nicoletta today. So let's go, Mike.
Hey, let's run this intro. No time to waste. Let's do it.
Are you looking to grow your network and your net worth with other high-level, heart-centered professionals? Then grab a seat and your favorite beverage and join Mike Asherbranner, the Redneck Connector. It's time for the Hounds of Business Community Happy Hour.
All right. Hey, here's my promise. All right. Everybody help me in the comments. Y'all know how I am. Shine, good to see you. Danielle, Susanna, Homer, they're piling in. All right. Summertime. Appreciate you. Here's my promise. Remind me. She's hosting today. I am going to be more so a participant, even though it's going to be very difficult for me because I have the honor of working with this amazing lady that we're going to bring up, Shonda, the CEO of Flourish Foundation Project. And I am the COO of that. And that was because of you. So I'm going to stop talking, let you take over, and let's get this party started, my friend.
Yes, let's do it. So, I actually wanted to introduce to you Shonda, if you guys don't know, right? Shonda is not just a leader, she's a legacy architect like Mike and I. She's the founder and executive director, Flourish Foundation Project. She has taken her background in corporate training in mental health and trauma informed care and turned it into a national, get this, national movement. And I'm hoping we are going to level it up to a global movement. Her work focuses as one of the most urgent issues we have today in our time, that is youth suicide prevention. But she's not approaching it with lectures and statistics, just that. We already have enough of that. But she's coming with sound, with strategy, with gaming, with soul, with music. I mean, I can go on. But this groundbreaking initiative through SoundQuest Station Live, September 13th. Okay, guys, it's going to be in Olympia, right? Yes. In Placid, Lake Placid, in Olympic Station in New York. And Shonda will tell us about that because she's bold, she's brilliant, and she's deeply rooted in purpose. And we'd like to actually bring her over to let us know how you, audience, can actually participate and help us with this movement. It's not just a foundation, it is a movement that we're doing.
Hello, hello. Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Dr. CJ.
My
I'm
pleasure.
excited.
Yeah. I was trying to talk on mute again that I'm infamous for. I said that was my cue to bring up this amazing lady. Before we get into her story, because her story needs to be told, uh, and that's why I'm here, folks. As Dr. CJ said, it was amazing to see, when people give up all the, you know, what their life is, right? She had a job, she was doing X, Y, and Z, then major events happened, and here we are. And paying the price is an understatement. So, CJ, if you want to preface this and say how I get involved, and then we can get right into Shonda's amazing story, which is absolutely doing what it needs to be done today.
Yes, actually. So Shanda and I, actually, Shanda got introduced to me by my sister Danielle. That's where it started. I think it's over a year already. We did a book together. I have her on my magazine, and her story is so amazing. We're gonna want to listen to that right now before we bring in the other two young women, excellent leader in their space today, on why. Right? This is always like we want to know why you're doing it, and we want to know what's the purpose and the point of doing it. Because, like you said, Shanda was amazing at her corporate training. But something happened. And Shanda, we want to kind of just encapsulate why you started Flourish Foundation Project, where it's at today, and then we move on to the young ladies that we have today.
Absolutely. Thank you. So, this all started because my oldest son has cerebral palsy and he walks with a very significant limp. And as you know, sometimes kids are not the kindest people in the world. So, as he moved from middle school to high school, it was a much larger school, a lot of kids that did not know him. And there are some kids that in this school, because it's actually um, a pretty nice school, but there were some children that were emulating gang activity. They weren't, I mean, you know, anyway. Long story short, it was some pretty severe bullying, like being rushed from school by ambulance on more than one occasion, two concussions, and then because of some policies at the school district level, anytime that you're involved in a fight, everyone is suspended just the same. So if you're actively involved in a fight, even if it's in self-defense, even if you're disabled, even if you don't have the ability to run or flee, metal pins in his hips, etc., um, he was suspended each time. And after one of the IEP meetings with the administrators, when we were actually trying to fight this suspension, it was said to him that if he didn't want to be suspended, he'd be better off jumping off of the back of the bus, because this particular incident was on a bus. And that kind of lit the fire for, or the thought in his head that he would be better off, or we would be better off if he wasn't here, if he wasn't around. So he did attempt suicide. Thankfully, he posted it before he decided to do it, and his cousin saw it. She called her mom. Her mom called me. I called the ambulance, and the ambulance got there. It took about 20 minutes for them to try to revive him, but that was the longest 20 minutes forever. And then I found out through trying to get him the help that he needed. Um, we often give children adult solutions. We put them in counseling. We put them in 72-hour holds and different things of that nature. And there's not a lot out there. At least it wasn't when we started this, several years ago now. Um, there wasn't a lot out there that addressed mental health specifically for children in ways that resonate with them. So as I was looking for what would work for my son, we were thankful enough to find music therapy. And it resonated with him, and it resonates with so many children. So I ended up starting this nonprofit foundation to find solutions, and proactively and collaboratively to find solutions and create them when they're not there, um, to address mental health for children that's stigma free, that's safe for them, and meets them where they are. And statistically, where they are, I do corporate gap analysis, where they are is in their phones, in their devices, through their music. Children spend over 3.5 hours a day listening to music. When you add videos like TikTok and things of that nature, it's more than 5 hours. When you put gaming with it, it far exceeds 8 hours a day that children are consuming these type of content. So if we're going to do something about this national crisis, and it is truly a national crisis for youth suicide, we have to go where they are and meet them how they communicate. Um, Briefly, I'll just give you a stat and then I'll stop talking. But there are 51,000 lives lost every year due to someone taking their own lives. That's about one every 11 minutes. But the statistic that is not mentioned often in that same CDC report is that there are 1.7 million attempts, and that roughly a fourth of those are children under 18. That's not okay with me as a mom. So I became a mom on a mission to find something and to create something different. And what my nonprofit does is we unite businesses and national brands, and we create programs that meet kids where they are to try to save their lives. So the two ladies that you'll meet today, we have something called SoundQuest Station, and that is a podcast. It is an album, and then we also have this September 13th, what you see on the screen, is we are doing Playing State Championships hosted by the Olympic Center. So that's hosted by the Olympic Regional Development Authority. So the Olympics is behind us here. So we are doing the largest, the biggest, the baddest back to school thing that has ever been done. I hope we can get a Guinness Book record with this, but we'll see. But it will be live from the Olympic Center where they had the Olympics in 1980 for a back to school event. It is esports, it is music, and it is wellness. So as kids go through this gaming experience, they take in when it's not your team's turn, you're navigating through these wellness centers. So we're certifying them in QPR, certifying them in hands only CPR. We're giving them conflict resolution and also igniting their inquisitiveness about career paths, not only in gaming and music production, but what else is out there and what is emerging in the world, because the world is rapidly changing, jobs are changing. So we have to be able to prepare children to be mentally resilient and technology savvy. So our organization seeks to create safe, caring, and globally competitive communities. And we are doing that this year.
I love that. I'm so excited. And that's why we want to bring in this two young ladies. So as Mike do that, I wanted to give them a little proper introduction. We have Annika. Annika, wave, say hello. So they know who's Annika. There you go.
Hey.
Beautiful. Hey, I love that. This is my first time meeting these two beautiful women, young women. She's a standout scholar, right? Mentor who graduated, by the way, summa cum laude from North Carolina State University. She has a bioscience degree ahead of schedule. She also with a powerful blend of intellect, discipline, and empathy. And now she's doing dental admission tests right now. Like actually, you're already a dental student at University of Pennsylvania, and I want to know what from dentistry to now writing a song. So hold that thought, okay? That's my first question for Annika. The second one I want to talk about is Nicoletta, right? I mean, I was looking at it, I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Um, Rising soprano, scholarship awardee, like what? Bloomy Award winner. That's amazing, right? From Mary Doctor Fine Arts Scholarship and Opera Carolina Summer Academy. So these young women are powerhouses of their own. So, Shanda, can you tell us and bridge a little bit of how these two young women came about and is part of our crew?
Absolutely. So we have, okay, so this started with my son, and as we were, he was going through the music therapy and journaling, et cetera, he started writing songs. So he's got, I think, 7 songs out already. But with these songs, they sound like what you hear on the radio, but they teach a mental wellness and empowerment, or a suicide prevention strategy. One of the songs called Pain Talk is literally saying when you catch yourself thinking about harming yourself, you tell yourself an affirmation statement to stop that thought in its tracks. So these songs save lives. But when we started working on that album with my son, I looked at the problem again from a gap analysis. This hits every single family. This is affecting 60% of all households in America. It is not a me thing, a you thing. It's not any particular race or demographic. It's hitting us all, and it's hitting us hard. So I went and started looking and seeking out support to find different genres, not just rap. So we partnered with Jay Styles, former member of the Grammy Award-winning R&B group Blackstreet, and he pulled together the wonderful ladies here. And Annika actually wrote what will be our anthem. And I mean, I wish I could play it for you, but I don't have the ability to do that yet. But it will be coming out. It'll be featured at our, but it is a powerhouse song, and it's just a positive affirmation and anthem. And Annika wrote it, and Nicoletta sings it. And we have had the opportunity to work with Jay Styles in bringing these songs to life. So this album that's coming out, so we're literally taking the airwaves and turning into lifelines. So if we, we have a, a deficit in the number of therapists available. So in the United States, we approximately have 50% shortage. So even if every therapist had a full caseload, we would still have 50% of the kids that need support would not get it. So what if we turned it into the airways? What if we made songs give those little snippets that could help potentially save a life? So that's what we're actually doing. And when we spoke and I met with Annika, and she was like, oh God, I would love to work on this. So she was so excited. And I don't know if it 1 or 2 days that she wrote the song, and we loved it. And then Jay put the beat together. So these songs are just simply fire. Um, and I cannot wait for the world to see and hear what is coming out, what we are actually doing to save kids' lives, meeting them where they are. We can't, kids aren't going to sit on couches and pour their hearts and souls out to a therapist oftentimes. So this is truly, I think, something that can be transformative in our nation. We can
That's
save lives with this.
Yeah. I know Annika, you have to go, so I want to actually bring you out and really talk about, you're doing healthcare and sciences, but then you dabble on songwriting. How did that start? Like, I want to know.
I was deep into music as a kid. My parents made me, they put me into music lessons. I had the privilege of being able to explore things when I was younger. So started out playing violin, decided I wanted to play piano, decided I wanted to play guitar. And then from there, songwriting was a natural evolution. And I mean, the music therapy program makes perfect sense to me because, growing up, that was kind of my version of therapy. And when some people journal and some people, have certain creative outlets. And for me, that was always songwriting. And so from there, I kind of contemplated, pursuing it full time or going into a career, going to college and then pursuing a career in dentistry. And I decided to go the dental route. It just made more sense to me long term. And for me, I really think that music is always and will continue to be a source of therapy and an outlet, but not necessarily something that I want to pursue full time. Because I feel like there's multiple passions and hobbies that I have. So I kind of still keep it as a hobby, and I still get to work with Jay and, do fantastic projects like this. But this is just ultimately something that I do for my own personal passion.
I love that. My next question for you still is, through your world is deeply rooted in science and healthcare, obviously, right? Is there a song or an artist that has been a healing force in your journey, or anything that's like, okay, I'm inspired by this song or by this artist?
100%. I have to say Coldplay because I have a Coldplay tattoo, which I have to show off like right here. My parents were so mad when I got it, but I am the biggest Coldplay fan, and I'm a big fan of them because they discuss so many things that are necessary to the human experience within their music. They talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. They bring in unique perspectives, artists from all over the world on their albums. And then they also donate, you know, a percentage of their profits to charity, and they work towards sustainability. So to me, they go just beyond like music and beyond something that they can put into an album. It's hard to pick one song, but for me, like all of their music speaks towards something larger that you can do with music.
You're right. Actually, their theme of their song Coldplay. My dad didn't actually know I had a tattoo as well in my 20s. Asian parents are very strict, but I love the theme of hope and love and loss and global unity and emotional introspection with Coldplay. I think that's one thing that I like about them. But I love Viva La Vida. I love that song
Me
for
too.
sure.
That's what
Yeah.
the song says is Viva.
Really? Is that your favorite? Yeah, that's like I like that one. All right, Nicoletta, I have a question for you. Like, how did you start just singing? Like, soprano's pretty high. Like, how did that come about? Like, did you just like singing when you were 5? And you're like, okay, I'm gonna be doing this. Is this something that you want to pursue as a career?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was always singing as a little kid. I actually just grew up surrounded by music. My dad plays the accordion. So I was always surrounded by music. I really, truly, since I'm starting to like remember like memories from childhood, I don't remember music not being part of it. So I'm actually going into the classical route. So I'm studying classical music at Boston University, and music just was always my passion. I never saw anything else. I don't think anyone ever saw anything else for me, and it's just always been my escape, my life. So yeah.
Who's your favorite classical piece to sing?
Gosh, I there's so many, so many. I think one that is just always sung, and it's kind of known as the soprano anthem, is "O mio babbino caro" by Puccini. So it's definitely like the name might not sound familiar, but the melody definitely will be. So yeah, it's amazing. So.
Beethoven is Moonlight Sonata. Ah, I love that. That song is just like or Claire de Lune. You know, like that's literally classic, right? Like
Yes,
you
it
got
is.
to do that.
Yes.
Yes, I was like, what? Okay, I want to talk about that. I love music. Music. The only thing music I sing is karaoke. Okay, let's just go there. I'm Filipino, so that's where we go. But I also wanted to know, like, both for Annika and Nicoletta, why right now, as far as this movement that Chandra is doing, is really important. It's actually beyond all of us. This is for the world, right? What are some of your ideas or thoughts beyond this one? Because we're also gonna do another one, right, Shanda, in May? I think we're gonna do another one in May.
Yes, we're going to do in May every year leading up to the Olympics.
Yeah. So right now you guys are doing, an album with J Styles for this movement. Is this something that you guys would want to keep up, at least once a year for us to be part of the movement of mental health? Annika, I'm going to start with you. And
Yeah,
why?
absolutely. Absolutely. So kind of coming from my perspective of being a student right now and being in dental school, something that may surprise you is that as a dental student, what we learn is way beyond what people may think of just the teeth and the mouth, right? We learn about systemic health and mental health. We learn about conditions that affect the whole body, not just conditions that affect the mouth. We learn about how the cells work and how different organ systems play together. And the one trend that you see in biology and the one trend that you see in really every aspect of life is that the entire body is one system. It all works together. So if you have poor mental health, your health and every other aspect will start to decline too. So it's necessary that we treat everything and that we see the person as a whole person and see everything as working together as one cohesive whole. And so that's for me why, as even though I'm coming from this oral health perspective, this perspective of dentistry and healthcare, I still can recognize that there are things that we need to address from the mental perspective, from the personal perspective of where people are in society right now, and be able to address those problems as well.
I love that. And I know you have to go, so I'm squeezing in one more question. Okay. Hopefully you can answer this one for me. A lot of young women, right, you're a high achiever, I can tell, and you have a path that you really want to do and help. So if someone was to kind of follow your path, right, what do you want your future patients or even future mentee to feel when they sit in your chair? Like, okay, this is dentistry, but what is that you're going to give to them? Sometimes it's mentorship, sometimes it's coaching, or is it just like open your mouth, I'm going to just check up your teeth? What are some of those things that you think beyond dental school?
It's kind of hard to say. I think I'm still, I still am kind of learning a lot every single day. And I think the main thing is just coming from a place of a lack of knowledge. And that's like the other part of science perspective is like everything is a theory and nothing is confirmed. And everything is something that you have to consistently keep proving and keep reiterating and keep finding new ways to explore. So like when I approach life and when I approach dentistry or kind of every aspect of life, music included, you have to kind of come from it from the perspective that you don't know anything and you're willing to learn.
I love that. I like the blank page. Nicoletta, as far as the project, right now, this is your first project with Flourish Foundations. Is this something that you would want to keep up at least once a year, and why?
Yes, absolutely. This project just means so much to me. And I think, studying music and actually being part of music festivals every summer and kind of being in this music world, something that often is being talked about is all the mental health, mental practicing, mental talks. And it's something that over the years I've seen like progressively talked more and more about. And I think it's very important because it's something that I do struggle with myself, mental, like getting anxious before performance, that's part of a mental, just like mental practicing. And, people judge. And the thing is, we're up on stage, so we're getting judged all the time. And whether we like it or not, that's our life. That's what we choose to do. So this project just means so much to me. And honestly, even besides the whole music, I just graduated high school. So I was like, around like, I understand like the whole mental struggles and, transitioning and getting to know a whole bunch of people. So this project just kind of like shows that, it's an issue that needs to be talked about, and it's talked about over the years, and more and more and more and more people bring it up. And it's just so amazing to see that, something is changing and things are getting better. And, once we put it out there and people, understand that it's okay to struggle mentally. It's okay to feel anxious and not feel okay. And it's really great to be able to have a united front and, speak to other people about it.
Awesome. And Annika, I know I got 2 minutes. So I'm watching my time. I want to talk about the song that's in the album a little bit and what people can look forward to. And I know Nicoletta is singing that today. She's not singing it for us today. Darn. But I do want to know a little bit about the background of the songwriting part of this song right now that you're creating. What's the process like?
So it's okay if I run a couple minutes over. I don't want to cut this part off. But so Jay sent me the song and he said, there's the song, this is the theme, can you write for it, right? And we kind of were going back and forth on some of the lyrics. And then he kind of just sent me the Flourish Foundation, and I kind of just went through the website. And that's when I started to kind of understand what exactly the mission was, what exactly the project was. And he explained to me Shonda's mission, and I was really moved by it. And that's when I kind of just sat down one day and I just wrote down the lyrics, and I was kind of, I sent it back to him, and they loved it. And that's, when we were able to bring Nicoletta onto the project, and that was fantastic. And I haven't actually heard the song yet, but just like some of the lyrics that I really loved. And I had always had these lyrics written down, but I never had the song to put them into, because sometimes I do that as I write the lyrics and I just save them for a rainy day. And one of the lyrics is people sharing music and we call it home. And that was one of my favorite lyrics, just because that, like that, I feel like describes what music is that it is somewhat of a home for people to find shared emotion, shared space. And when people have like their favorite artists or their favorite genre, they're basically finding other people with like-minded ideas, and they're basically able to come together with that piece of art. So that was what that is to me, and that's kind of what the song is really meant to represent, is coming together over art.
I love it. Thank you for that thought process. I love it. And one of these days, I'm going to have you and everybody in this team come back to my live stream in the morning and then have Nicoletta sing it so you can hear it.
Absolutely.
Oh my
Oh, we love to steal each other's guests. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
that's
do.
that's a
Not,
high
not
honor.
steal. It's called borrowing. Hello.
Right.
Anyway,
Lease.
only child syndrome with Mike over there. So I know you have to go. Thank you so much for being here. If you ever want any of Annika's information, guys, let us know. Mike and Shonda definitely will have it. And thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate you so much. I know you're busy.
No, it's such a privilege to be on here. Thank you for letting me talk. And it's I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening.
You too. Bye, Annika.
Thank you for all you do.
So if anybody's out there wondering if there's hope for the youth, there you go. Hey, there's two proofs right there.
That's
Hey,
right.
real quick, we have to give a shout out because first of all, Guinness Book of World Records, I hope is watching because this is the longest I've ever been not say nothing. And number two, we got to give a shout out to the folks that make this HOB ecosystem right roll forward. That these movements are not coming together by happenstance. So I have to give a shout out to, well, if I can get the dadgum thing to work, there it is. Nope. Try again. Fifth time's a charm. Got to give a shout out to Kindness Worldwide, Kevin Smith. Lost his wallet one Good Friday morning. Looked like he lost his mind. That's my translation. Went on his wild goose chase to pay it forward. And guess what? Now kindness is spreading across the globe. Communities, York, Pennsylvania proved that this rate of return using kindness actually works. All right, this is groundbreaking. He's getting together a bipartisan coalition of governors, folks, the UN. This thing is going like wildfire. So thank you, Kevin Smith. Hey, birds of a feather flock together, right? Like these are, wow. I love seeing this grassroots bottom up. And then, hey, Megan, all right. Megan Robinson, founder of E-Leader Experience. She's not a coach, folks. She's a true business leader, helping executive teams build trust, clarity, and accountability where it matters most. Now, I've seen her power firsthand. She didn't know me very well. She saw things in my businesses that folks who know me well did not see. All right. That's how it's like Caesar Milan, right? Like for me, like reminded me of the dog whisperer. I said, how does she see that? So any folks out there that's trying to level up, really make sure that your folks are aligned to the mission, not just saying that and not putting it on HR, that your people and your culture is absolutely bringing in that rate of return. This is the lady you want in the room. All right. Serious respect for what she is doing. And love having you in the hounds is an understatement. Last but not least, Greg Moore, the franchise maven. Now, that's not some catchphrase. This man's earned it. We can go on. He's got like a Tom Brokaw resume. But what impressed me is this guy operates like medical doctor, right? Like a professional who wants to help you figure out where to start, if you need to start a business, if franchise is for you, what kind, or maybe another option is best. In other words, this man will tell you, no, I'm not the right fit. Right? That's who rolls with the hounds of business, right? Not just trying to sell everybody everything. This man is top level. Thank you, Greg, for what you're doing. And if you're out there trying to figure out, hey, how do I start this business? Go straight to Greg. All right. This guy has won me over, and that's not an easy thing to do, folks. So there you go. Thank you all for the support, making these things possible on our end. And take it away, Dr. CJ.
Awesome. Nicoletta, did you see my message on the private chat? I wanted to make sure it's okay to do that. Shonda, back to you. Yes? Is it okay?
I mean, I haven't seen the video in a minute, but sure.
Okay. I'm actually gonna show you guys. It's on the chat for YouTube if you guys wanted to see, because we don't want to get in trouble with YouTube and licensing and sharing other people's YouTube channel, right? So I'm just putting it on the YouTube right now. Right here, comments where you can find Nicoletta singing. And what I really wanted to know is I can't wait for the album to actually come out to really hear how it's going to help others. And my question to you is, when you're singing, right, and you're seeing this lyrics that's not written by you, but written by Annika, and it's for Flourish Foundation, what are some of your thought process? Like, why, okay, I want to do it because of this, but then what came up after that? Like, once the song is already done, what was the thought process after that? What was the feeling and emotions?
I definitely felt excited and empowered. So the recording took a long time, but it was just so amazing. And the entire time I was thinking that, I'm not doing this for myself as much as I'm doing it for everyone else. And I have friends that have struggled with the issue, and it honestly was such a personal thing for me, because in those kind of situations, you're kind of like, what do I do? How do I be a part of this? So this whole song, the whole entire time I was recording, really made me feel like I was a I was a bigger part of the issue, and you know, it felt like I was helping it solve the issue, and kind of felt like, it's getting better already with just the song. So it really it helped me. If I felt so inspired that the rest of the day walking across the street, like I was so like inspired, and I can't wait for everyone to hear it. It's really so inspiring.
If
Wow,
I
I
can
can't
just
wait.
butt in,
Well,
it is so powerful. This song will give you chills. Like, it is amazing. Nicoletta did an amazing job. I know that in the studio when she was singing it, I literally was in tears because it's like that. And it's not even a sad song. It's just the fact that it is youth helping and inspiring other youth. And it just hits home in such a mighty way. And then when we took it home, we've got some little kids in the family, and our sister Danielle is her kids are her 6-year old is like just belting it out. It is so powerful. Like, this is the song of the year. I'm just gonna predict
oh,
it.
oh, hey, she said the magic words. All right, we got to connect after this. You said, "What can I do? Not what's in it for me." Oh, goodness gracious! You said the magic words here. Floodgates. Seriously, I love the heart. I love the humble. I love the drive. And again, if anybody's like, "Oh, our youth's in trouble," nah, there's hope right here. You're looking at it, and inspired. Seriously, you can blush. That's fine. Listen. I don't flatter people, but dadgummit, when I got something good to say, I can't stop. Right? I just call it what it is. Save me,
Thank
CJ.
you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm proud. I'm happy.
No, keep going. No, because I was watching Nicoletta's expression, and yes, we're love bombing you literally in a good way. Because listen, like I said, this project is above us, beyond us. Right now, it's Shonda's doing it in North Carolina or now in New York, but really, our goal is to be national movement. And when we see statistics, that's amazing. It's gonna be, and we want to make it global. Look at the world around us, right? I mean, right now we have a tsunami in San Francisco and Hawaii. Like, what is happening? All these warnings. Everything is negative. We're all heightened. We're hypersensitive to everything because it's just too much. But here's a project that we all can relate to help others, whether it's us that are having mental issues or breakdown. I, for one, have depression and anxiety, right? So that helps me, and it helps me that if you helping me with that song, I can help so many more people, right? That is the ripple effect that you, Nicoletta, probably don't realize yet, right? You don't see it yet, but sometimes you don't see it because no one tells you. But I'm telling you right now, if you're helping me, I can help thousands more, and those thousands that I help also help others. So your ripple effect is beyond what you can imagine, right? So I'm so excited. Now, Shanda, what's next for us?
Alrighty, so what is next is my light went off. But what's next for us is September 13th, 2025. So that is where we are bringing it all together. It is called Play and Stay Live. So kind of a play on words, but we are doing an esports, music, and wellness youth summit hosted at the Olympic Center in Lake Placid, New York, the actual Olympic Center. And this is during National Suicide Prevention Month. It is during the second week of school for back to school. And it's bringing schools together in person in New York. There is a statewide fund that any K through 12 school that wants to attend, any K through 12 school that would like to attend can attend. Go to the website, click on that blue button there, and you can fill out the form for your school to come through the Connect Kids grant program. So that means you have no excuse. You do need to register um, August 2nd. So even if you don't know how many kids you're bringing, if you want the opportunity to bring your kids and you're a K through 12 school in the state of New York, fill out the form and reserve that slot for yourself so that we can cover your transportation for that, or it's covered by that grant program. Then for everyone else across the nation, this will be live streamed nationally on different platforms, whether it's YouTube and also some major gaming platforms as well. So, what this is coming together national brands, esports companies as well. You see, we've got Rally Cry, VGA, some of the big names in esports, but also in music and also in wellness, so that we can bring it together and have a safe school year for kids, giving them the tools and resources that they need. And one of the things that you said earlier was about, mental wellness. And I want to make sure that we understand that this isn't always about someone already having a problem. This is making sure that kids have a toolkit of strategies to cope with things before they even happen. Imagine that child going around singing that song, I Love Me Some Me. Some of the lyrics are, I don't care what they say, I love me some me. I'm confident in who I am. Chest out, head high. I'm living life. That is such a powerful thing for a child to be able to learn at 4, 5, 6 years old. So if someone comes into their classroom and says, oh, I don't like your hair, I don't like this, you know what? I love me some me. So we are building resilience in the music proactively and most importantly preventively before anything else happens. And then we're going into this play and stay event, so we're meeting kids literally where they are. They're playing video games, they're in the music. We are being able to have one of the most powerful things that's ever been done. It has never been done before, of a back to school event of this magnitude that will meet children and young adults where they are, whether they're high school, whether they're college, whether they're middle school. This is something that your entire family can come to and enjoy. If you are near Lake Placid, come on out. Go to our website. The website is esports with an S, playstay.live. If you'd like to know how to support, because we do have opportunities for supporting the exhibits and things of that nature, and to help make this happen the way that it needs to happen, then you can do the same thing, which is esportsplaystay.info, and sponsor a watch party. This is something that is a national event. So if you have an esports team, if you have a group, a youth group, an organization, sponsor a watch party so that your team, your group, your community can watch and participate online and be a part of this national back to school event. It is an epic size at an iconic location, the Olympic Center, for our nation's youth.
I got to chime in. Listen, when I saw this is it, because I see this stuff a lot. Like, I'm a connector, right? I connect people of all different walks of life and events. And when I saw this, the first thought I had, I said, oh my goodness, some people will be mad at me if I don't share this. No, I was like, this right here is the ground floor to stuff that you wish you did before, right? I heard my friends talking about, I wish I got into Bitcoin, blah, 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 and I thought it was this. And it reminded me of that, because this is movement. These are movements tying movements together. And, there's so much behind the scenes right now. You're doing so many things. You got so many people just coming at it. You don't have to say anything. Once they see it, they're coming. Like, it's just amazing. So I know, CJ, you probably got to go soon. Go ahead and wrap it up. But I want to talk and make sure that anybody out there looking at this saying, hey, it's a great cause. You can help and support. But let me tell you something. I mean, we believe in giving back. The things about this, the media exposure, this is a real big deal for folks to get in on the ground floor. So CJ, close this out until you got to roll. And then Shonda and I can finish up.
Yes, actually, I wanted to say thank you, Nicoletta, for being here,
Oh yeah.
and good luck to Boston University. If you ever need a letter of recommendation and collaboration, you just holler around. I got you, girl. Like I got you, because this is amazing that you are doing that. Like from Bach to Beethoven, from sorrow to triumph. Like classical music is something that I study in all the time when I need my mental capacity to be even more, because music reminds us that emotion is timeless and so is purpose with Shanda. Right? Music and purpose together is timeless. It never gets old. It doesn't matter how many years it is. But whether you're composing your own story or mentoring the next generation like Mike and I, or performing a stage and you're having, anxiety or whatnot, remember this. Your voice, like the greats, because you are great, has the power to echo through history. Today is going to be tomorrow's history. Just remember that. All right. We love you guys. I love you. I'll see you. Bye. See you
Thank you so
tomorrow.
much for your time.
See
Thank you
ya.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Oh, you're fantastic. We'll be in touch, and if you like us to share uh, your videos and whatnot, hey, hook us up. We love to share it.
I
So
will. Thank you. Thank you so much.
yes, ma'am. We will talk soon. Thank you. Have a good one. All right, it's just me and you. So let's close this out with how folks can get involved, because there is, like I said, I alluded to this. There is a ton of stuff. Yeah, you're doing a great thing for something that's actually attacking the root cause of what's going on with our youth, but we're putting things in place so they just don't feel happy. They're doing stuff. This is helping the economy. This is helping cities. This is huge. So if you will, don't be shy now. Let us know. Hey, how can we support? If you got a little budget, big budget, we got huge multinational companies already just flocking. Amazing folks already coming in droves. Hey, take it away. All right, what is it that they can get involved with, big and small?
Okay, we need sponsorships. We have a capacity to hold about 8,500 children. Um, However, we need the budget to support that as well. We do not want to turn anyone away, because that opportunity to come in and have fun but learn skills that can actually save a life are too important. Think about the number of lives that are lost, one every 11 minutes. A fourth of those are children. And then we have these attacks on schools. These are the programs that are age appropriate and helping kids with conflict resolution, with how do you manage things, when do you ask for help. These are things that are tools that they can actually use that can potentially save their lives and some of their peers. It's letting them know when to reach out, when to refer, giving them those pieces that make such a difference. Without the support, we cannot make this happen. So what does that support look like? Sponsor an exhibit, sponsor a booth. We heard Annika talk about her dentistry work. Well, there are two different studies that say if we can get kids hyper focused on building their future career path, then we find suicide ideation goes down by 50%. Do you understand the magnitude and how many lives can be saved with that? Now, well, I'm also going to speak on being real. Businesses want to know what can they do, and how can they be of support, and what's in it for them. That's just the reality of the world. Well, what's in it for you is the fact this is a national stage. It is epic. It has never been done before, and it will not be the last time. What can you do for your business, for your organization, and your national brand when you come and support this mission that supports our nation's youth? These are our nation's sons and daughters. Um, what does that do for exposure? This program, this back to school event, I hope it'll be the biggest one ever, and I hope we'll keep superseding it every time from there. But what could we do, and what could you do for your business by being exposed in that area? But most of all, it's letting kids see that this is a youth led mission. This podcast is children. The album is children and young adults and college students helping each other. If we build that cycle and that circle of care where we have safe, caring schools, then, and we're teaching them what educational pathways they can actually adopt and move forward with, then now we're reducing that suicide ideation. We're giving them a focused path for something different. It's one thing to say, hey, don't do that, so we stigmatize mental health, but this is proactive, this is preventive, this is what we do before the problem exists, in addition to being reactive and dealing with the children that do actually have a manifested problem or concern.
Do,
This
do
is
you,
what we do to win together.
absolutely. And do you, because I don't want to overstep, because I'm just out here spreading the word because I know that's all I need to do. However, is there shout outs you want to give folks? Are there folks already on board pushing this thing? And by the way, some of the folks that are involved, right? This is going to be visible to a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people. I know I'm talking in circles, but hey, it's all right. Y'all going to see it. So whatever you can share with us, let us know. Like, hey, who's involved with?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have several that are actually working on different things. And, sponsorship can be sponsoring, the booth or the table that talks about careers in gaming, or it maybe be the hands-on hands only CPR. There's different things you can actually get involved with, or you can come and help sponsor the entire event, and that would be amazing. But we want, gift bags. We want swag gear. We need back to school items. So many times when we talk about back to school, we're talking about little Care Bear items for younger children, and our teens and our young adults that are going to school miss the vital things that they need to have a a safe and caring and a globally competitive school year. So what are they missing? How many kids cannot get that graphic calculator that they need to be able to take those STEM classes and those science classes? Or how many don't know what those career paths are for? Let's get them excited about education. Let's get them excited about building their own path and making their own way and showing them what they can do. And what I love about this movement is that it is youth led. We're just supporting those kids. These kids are coming up with the ideas. We have quests that they do where they actually come out and make different missions that help the world. For example, there is a every 11 minutes campaign. One of the children simply said, if every 11 minutes we're losing someone to suicide, why don't we do something every 11 minutes to counteract that? And that became a mission. So, you know, make a video, 11 seconds, 30 seconds or less, and help us be able to share those messages of hope. And we will be able to share those as well. And you can do that at every 11 minutes, every 11 minutes.org. So these are the things that we can actually do to make a difference. And we are coming up with more things, not even just the we, but these are children helping children, teens and young adults helping the ones behind them, so that we can build a stronger nation, so that we can be globally competitive, so that we can make sure that as technology changes and the demands of a workforce change, that we are building our children and this next generation to be mentally resilient and strong to keep those rapidly changing requirements and demands on us and in their capacity where they're able to deal with that, but also to be technologically savvy to be able to handle that as well. So these are the things that we are actually doing as an organization to make sure that we are a strong nation. That's what this is about. This is needed in every single community. This issue touches 60% plus of every family in the nation. Um, there is no there's no one exempt. So let's do this together. And with this program, when you do sponsor us, you're able to look at the reach. So this first section um, is at least 500 children with schools already signed up. But again, it's in September. It's cut off for signing up to be able to come is the week before. So we anticipate at least 1,200 children live in the center. If we have more sponsorship, we can go up to 8,500 because we have enough space. It's just, do we have enough resources to support that? With the online streaming platforms, there is one platform that will be online and streaming this for a gaming platform, so we will be able to reach up to 11 million followers. If we get this second one, then I won't say, but if you know who the largest platform is, and you know who it is, but there are over 200 million followers on that one. This truly can touch the whole nation. what can you do to turn this around? So our partners that we have already confirmed are Rally Cry, already confirmed the Olympic Regional Development Authority, which is the Olympic Center, the Olympic Museum. Every kid that comes in person will be able to have a free tour for the Olympic Museum. Of course, you have my organization, Flourish Foundation Project. We are the creator, the originator of this idea and concept. But if you know anything about my nonprofit, we deal in collaboration, which is why we're here with the Hounds of Business and have their long-term support. But we are organizations that are like-minded, that are caring organizations that say, hey, we want to make a difference in the world and we're doing that together. So you can join us, and there are so many different ways that you can join us. You may have the next idea for the next project, but right now, this is going to be what we're doing on September 13th. It is Play and Stay Championships. It is live from the Olympic Center. It is the Olympics 45th anniversary, so it is going to be an amazing thing. You do not want to miss it. And we would love to have your support. Let's make this happen for our kids and our youth, and let's do it again and again until we can push back this national crisis.
Yeah, let's do it now because this event's in September 13th. It's not, this thing has to go fast. But you know what? I've already seen it go fast. So you all seen it here. Spread this, share this. This is not, we ain't selling this, okay? We're sharing this because when the right people see this, it's over. And by the way, more to come. Stay tracked because every single minute of every single day, it's like somebody else is going, hey, I see you. Let me call somebody. Like, let me share this with somebody. And I'm telling you, this is ground floor. Get in because seriously, you know, we need the heroes. We need the heroes that come in, save the day. We are absolutely more than happy and equipped to pay it forward in ways that you just couldn't imagine. But you know what? Enough for folks. Yeah, I got to pay my electric bill too. Don't worry about it. See, I didn't say I've been serious on a serious show long enough. All right. But seriously, you know, I love seeing the people that we're working with are extremely busy people. And when they push everything to the side and go, that's worth it. I'm going to clear my calendar. I'm going to move this forward. That right there, folks, get in. Good heart-centered, high-level professionals. I mean, we've gamers, platform. I mean, you just name it. It's just coming out, and we're just getting started. So, personally, for me, thank you because I see you. You are paying the price. You are paying a price. Okay, I'm not trying to call you out, but I'm inspired by you. What you are doing, there is no stopping you. No challenge that you're facing, and you have faced a lot of them daily, in fact, but you will not be stopped. And so I had to, I had to step up and say, listen, I'm going to run there with you. I'll pay the price with you. I believe in this enough to do this and put everything I've got into it. And that's the Hounds. That's the folks that you saw flashed on the screen. And there's a ton more in the background that we can't even talk about yet. But when we do, that like attracts like. That goes for communities. That goes for songwriters like these talented ladies we saw here, people putting their contributions in, whether you're, just have a small business or if you're already on the daggum, if you're the influencer of on gaming, whatever. All right, hey, show up. We got a spot for you. We'll make one for you. So any last words that you want, because I want folks to know it's not time to be shy. Listen, I've seen people support ideas. This is not an idea. This is right now. This is a groundbreaking back to school event in, the month for the prevention of this. And this is all about practical root cause. We're tackling that. We're making something, right? So they can be inspired. All right. The opposite of what's happening to them every 11 minutes. That is that's unacceptable. 11 minutes, 11 days would be unacceptable, right? We got to start somewhere. So any last words from you, from your heart? Hey, you've earned this. You earn it every single day. And I think from one leader to another, absolutely. I would watch a movie about you. I'd read a book about you. And knowing you and seeing what you do every single day absolutely inspires me. So take it away. Close us out. What do you want people to know?
Well, I want to make sure I thank some of the partners that I charge it to my head and not my heart. But Intelligent Agency, who's been helping planning and putting all this together. VGA, which is Video Gaming Amateurs, Rally Cry, and of course the Olympics Regional Development Authority and the Olympic Center. They are already on board. There are several many others on board. We also have Coca-Cola sponsoring some of our watch parties here in the Charlotte area for that day as well. So we have national brands coming on board. We need other people to come on board as well to make sure that we can do this and make sure it gets the access that it needs for these children. Our we are a nonprofit. We are federally recognized. It is a tax exemption. You can sponsor. This is the total amount that it will take to get everything done. The venue is provided by the ORDA, which is the Olympics Regional Development Authority. But there's the exhibits. There's the education pieces. It's lunches for the kids. It's getting those PCs up there. So those are the things that we need support. Every single dollar goes to this program. Every single dollar goes through this program. So we can make this happen. We can make it a difference. And this is grassroots. This is not some government saying, hey, these are moms, dads, parents, and most importantly, kids that have been through it that said, hey, I'm going to help another kid not have to go through the same thing. So we are simply supporting a youth-led mission, and I need you to come on board. So go to our website. The website for the event is www.esportsplaystay.live to register and to come and sign up for the free transportation. But if you want to support, go to www.esportsplaystay.info and all the information about how to donate, how to sign up, how to participate. There are still exhibit booths. Come on out and be a part of this. So those are the things that we would need you to be able to do. If you want to learn more about Flourish Foundation, it's flourish.foundation. There's no .com, but we are here. We are asking for your support. This is what we can do as parents, as children that have been through it. Let's do this together.
And you know what? I grew up hard. This event, there's room, all right, to do a lot. But getting these kids out there, this could be like, they don't get to go to retreats. They don't get to have vacations, a lot of those folks, And as one of those kids back in my day, right, this is meaningful. So it's just really hard for my mind to grasp just the impact today and in the future. So thank you for all you do. Folks, you've heard it right here. Get involved, contact me. I'm more than happy and honored to be a part of this organization, Flourish Foundation Project, folks. And reach out. If you want to, hey, I want to help, don't know how, that's it. Mike Asherbrenner on LinkedIn, Redneck1. You can shoot a comment on here and tell me you want to connect on Hounds of Business channel. You can reach me at Mike at Redneck Financial Coach. I'll dust that one off for you. All right. So Mike at Redneck Financial Coach. You heard that right. I'll have that monitored. All right. Make sure we're on top of it. But if you want to get into this, we will find a place for you. And thank you again for all you're doing. You have done this. I always say I grew from dirt, right? That's the Hounds mantra. You can't even burn dirt. Boy, did you create something out of that. That passion inside of you was all you needed. And your story is too many people have that same story. And that's what we're here about. It's kind of like the fire department. Well, do you really think you can eliminate that? You know what? We're going to try. That's our goal, right? And that's what we're going to do. So whoever wants to jump on this movement, hey, the more the merrier. All right. Get in on the ground floor is my advice. I'm glad I did. So thank you very much. And we're going to get that timer fixed for you. I need one in my house.
I was helping my son. My son is going to law school. So he moved into his apartment today and it's boxes everywhere. So I'm standing in the closet. So
That's
you don't
all right.
see the boxes. It's crazy. You just have to do what you have to do.
Hey, you do. But I need one for my house. My girls leave the lights on. They just think everything's free. And, that's how our kids are. But folks, help our youth. All right. This is a way to do it at the root cause, man. They're going to be inspired. They're going to see what they can do. And you could be a special part of that. So especially folks in tech and whatnot, hey, come on, because all we need some heroes. 3 to 5 people that can do this unless somebody wants to come in and just save the day. And you know what? You know what we love to do? We love to make sure people know that. So come out here, do it. And hey, we're going to make sure folks see it. All right. We're going to make sure folks see you with your contribution, your share, your making this possible, getting these kids out there. All right. We're going to make sure that folks know, hey, you did that. All right. Because we need you to do that, folks. So spread the word. If you're in the Hounds of Business, you already got the info. I'm giving you another update, sneak peek of what we have already done in 2 days, thanks to Shonda's impeccable leadership and passion. And folks, that's it. We appreciate you. We'll see you next week, same time, same channel. And go out there to the website, Esports Play Stay. All right, that's like it rhymes, right? esportsplaystay.live, right there on the screen. Thank you all for the support. Enjoy the hot summer, and we will see you next time. Shonda, thank you so much. Get some sleep if you can. Oh, I know. You get that 2 hours of sleep before you get back at it, my friend. All right, I'm right there with you. Yes, ma'am. Right. See y'all soon. Thank y'all for stopping by. Be sure to follow, share, and like, and send me a message if you had fun today. Y'all come back now.